Squad building challenges can provide some of the safest investments in the game. If you're ever afraid of losing coins, I've got something for you today that has absolutely no risk and is guaranteed to make you coins. So stick around for that. But speaking of SBCs, we got our Diogo Jota SBC we've been waiting for. On the first day of Road to the Knockouts, he's here and he's 200K. And he's also barely an upgrade on the gold card. And he has no playstyle plus added to the card. And when you look at the upgrade path that's needed for all of the Road to the Knockout, they need to get 3 wins. And for Liverpool, that's not until October 23rd, which is almost a month away. And that's assuming Liverpool do win all 3 games, and score in 4 different matches isn't going to be until literally November. And that's assuming they score in all 4 matches. And the third upgrade isn't going to be until the finishing in top 2 in the league is confirmed, which isn't until basically February. January 29th is when we're going to know that. And even finishing top 2 in the league is not easy when there's 36 teams in the league. That is just a ridiculous requirement for these Road to the Knockouts. I think that EA completely missed the mark for how these cards should upgrade, but that hasn't stopped these RTTKs from being ridiculously expensive, and some other cards, not Jota apparently, have gotten some pretty big upgrades. We're going to talk about the market taking a turn in a direction we didn't expect it to, as well as the safe investment method I'm going to show you in today's video. So make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's hop into it. Earlier this week, I told you guys about the live trading service by futbin, where he sends you notifications straight to your phone about what to buy, when to buy, how much to buy it for. It's OP. That early bird special where you can get it for €5 is extended to the end of the weekend. So if you got the standard edition and just got the game and haven't gotten involved, or you just haven't seen it yet, this is a great chance to get involved for €5. He's the #1 trader in the history of Ultimate Team, and so I'll leave that link down for you guys below. We've seen a lot of peaks, we've seen a lot of valleys over the course of the last 24 hours on the market, but what we haven't seen is a huge change on the market. Right now, the market's at 90 points on the index, and I mean, it was 90 points yesterday, it was 90 points in the middle of the night or leading up to content earlier on Friday. It's 90 points now on Saturday. So overall, the market hasn't really changed much, but what we've seen is a lot of opportunities to flip cards. And so we saw a low point after division rival rewards, a huge market recovery right there, a small drop from marquee matchups, a recovery after that, a couple of, dips and peaks overnight, but nothing crazy. And then we had Road to the Knockouts drop onto the market. And we called this, actually, that the first hour was going to be an incredible time to buy cards for flips, because there was so many people that saved their packs from div rivals and marquee matchups. But what we didn't expect is for that to be the only opportunity to buy, because we did actually get involved in this dip, and we bought here and we sold here. It was spectacular. We made a lot of profit. I'm going to show you that in a minute, but I was expecting another drop a little later in the day. But one of the reasons we didn't actually see that drop is because we didn't really get too many packs into the store. Now, I'm obviously not one to buy FC points, but there are a lot of people that will if they drop promo packs like 50Ks, 35Ks. I mean, recently it's been even crazier than that. But for some reason, EA didn't drop promo packs, and I never thought I'd say those words, but that was the case. And so we didn't actually have a ton of supply going throughout the day, and so the market stayed stable. In fact, it's starting to slowly rise into Saturday, which was what we were expecting, but we were also expecting to buy some more cards right here. And right now, if you take a look at my coin total, I'm pretty liquid. I mean, I've got a couple 100,000 coins invested right now, but I didn't expect to have over 1 million coins just sitting here going into Saturday. So what's the play now? Do you sell your cards if you have them? Absolutely not. I don't think so. Now, there is one thing to worry about a little bit, which is squad battle rewards. And as you can see, well, as you can't see, but behind my face cam, is that in 22 hours, which is tonight on Saturday night or Sunday morning for most of you guys in Europe, you're going to have squad battle rewards. And this year, squad battle rewards are a little bit more juiced. You have the 75 plus 5 rare gold players pack, mega pack, and 7,000 coins. And that's just for gold 2. Right? It's not really that difficult to get to gold 2. I've played, I think, 3 or 4 matches. I think 3 matches. And right now I'm almost in silver 1, which would give me a 7.5K pack and a 75 plus times 3 rare gold player pack. Nothing crazy there. But once you get in to the gold, you also get coins. And those coins are going to inflate the market a little bit, but the supply is also going to give an opportunity to buy. So it could really go either way today. If EA end up dropping promo packs, we could see some of the dip that we were expecting to see yesterday with the road to the knockouts, but we could also see a little bit of an opportunity to buy leading up to squad building challenges and during squad building, not squad building challenges, squad battles. The squad battle rewards are going to have an impact on the market, and that's going to be an opportunity to buy. So what I ended up saying on Twitter, because of the fact that, we didn't see that second dip, I said cards didn't drop as much as I thought they would today. So I'm calling an audible and I'm flipping RTTKs instead. Obviously, a lot of people couldn't get on the game, and that was including me. So I hopped on the web app and I bought a bunch of Donny van de Beeks, okay? I bought all of these Donny van de Beeks right here for about 36,000 coins. I think I got 12 of them, and then I ended up selling them all for 48,000 coins, making about 10K profit after tax per card, about 120,000 coin profit. I wish I would have gotten involved in more cards, because I even had some other cards on my transfer targets that I wanted to buy. Sheshko was one of them. I actually did make profit on a Sesko, but I didn't make as much as I wanted to. I also saw this Claudia Pina, and I was like, okay, 220,000 coins, that's a good price, but she's still going lower, and she did. She got down to 205K, and then I'm not even kidding. She went from 205,000 coins to 320,000 coins in about 45 seconds. I watched it happen, and in front of my eyes, I just kind of felt bad about myself, because I was like, I was going to buy that card, and now it's too late. But I also didn't have a lot of coins liquid. I had a lot of coins tied up in Luis Diaz, which I have as an investment, and that ended up working out great. If you had Luis Diaz or still have him, you can keep. Don't think you have to sell. But I wanted to liquidate some of the coins, so I sold for like 69,000 coins on these Luis Diaz cards so that I could get some coins so I could flip more road to the knockouts. Because if you take a look, guys, at the graph, what we're not seeing is a huge change in the market over the course of several days. You're seeing opportunities to buy at low points and then sell at high points. So it's getting in and then getting out and then getting in and then getting out and then getting in and then getting out. That's really making us a lot of coins right now. So finding those dips and then just selling after you find some profit and then moving on to your next move might just be the play for the start of this year, instead of holding on to cards for a while. So if you're getting in at these, low points, you can sell right here, or you could wait longer. It might inflate even higher, especially if they're out of packs. I mean, we took a look at Doku earlier today on the Discord server, and take a look at what his gold card did. And to be honest, wasn't expected, because one thing that was coming was the Jota SBC, who can play striker and left wing. So we didn't expect, a left wing from the Premier League to actually go up in price during this time. We expected them to drop, but Jota was bad value, so it actually recovered. On top of that, this card went out of packs, and the upgrade for his next card is insane. Plus 11 shooting, plus 7 passing, plus 9 physicality. That is a huge boost, and if you can afford this Doku, it doesn't necessarily mean you can afford this Doku, whereas for Luis Diaz, it's a little bit more reasonable. You have a Luis Diaz card for an 84 rated, and then you look at his inform, it's plus 2s, plus 3s, and the card goes from 70K to 260K, rather than 20K to a million coins. It's a big difference between those two cards. So we didn't expect that from Doku, but he did go from about 20,000 coins all the way up to 30,000 coins. But today we're getting a new squad building challenge, which is going to be Alan Saint-Maximin. Alan Saint-Maximin is a French player from Fenerbahce. I believe that's Fenerbahce. It is. I know that badge, but it's Fenerbahce right there. And Saint-Maximin is very hyped up right now. I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of people are excited for this squad building challenge. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go out and do it. It depends on the value. But what I will say is this is a card that might not link very well with players from the Turkish League. I've taken a look at the Turkish League. You've basically just got Osimhen to link with. That's about it. And even then, he doesn't play for the same club or the same nation. So it's a very weak link that I don't think a lot of people are going to go with. So instead, people are going to go with French links. French links for Saint-Maximin is probably going to be the play. And if this is good value, people will do this SBC and then they'll just go out and buy French players to link Saint-Maximin into their squad. And so one way that I like to find players that might go up in price because of the new SBC, of course, I showed you one of them the other week, was to go to Squad Builder and then to put that card into the squad, Alan St. Maximin, and then click on the light bulb and see what links best. But there's really nothing that is directly linking to St. Maximin really well. There's nothing on Fenerbahce. There's no French players in the Turkish league that are any good. So really, you're just looking for French players. And so one thing that FUTGG has that futbin doesn't have is the trending page. You can actually edit to see certain players. Whereas on futbin, if you look at the trending page on futbin, it just shows you the trending players and the popular players, but you can't actually edit to, filter it. You can filter it over on FUTGG. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the most popular searched players from France. And I'm going to apply those filters, and I'm going to see which players are going to best fit our investment. And to be honest with you guys, I haven't looked at it a ton yet. So we're going to do this together now. Saliba might be a good shout. I know he's obviously, in most of these cards, are recovering in price right now. So Saliba's a good shout because he's not a left wing or a striker. Alan St. Maximin is probably going to be a left wing and a striker. And if you take a look at Alan St. Maximin's actually alternate positions, let me confirm that with us. We've got left wing and left mid. So he might not even be able to play striker. So maybe you could invest in strikers, but don't invest in left wings here. So you're not going to go out and get any left wing cards. Coman is not going to be the investment that we make. Barcola is not going to be the investment that we make. However, cards like Saliba could be positively impacted. Cards like Konate could be positively impacted. He is only 83 rated, but the swing on his card, he goes up and down very, very quick. He could be negatively affected by potential promo packs as well today. And if that Alan St. Maximin doesn't drop today on Saturday and he drops on Sunday instead, then you also have to worry about the squad battle rewards coming in. Chouameni could be a good investment. His cap is no longer 40K. He can go all the way to 55,000 if it calls for it. Furland Mendy could be a shout right there at 128,000 coins. Again, 84 rated, but let's be honest with each other. Mendy has never followed the suit with every other card. He's always an outlier every single year. You've got cards like Kolo Muani is pretty low there. Conte could honestly be a good one, because you also have Benzema. And I think a lot of people might go St. Maximin, Conte, Benzema. Even though they are different leagues, Conte and Benzema aren't different leagues. Who else is in here that could potentially be a decent investment? Nothing else that really catches my eye. Maybe Gioro. But I don't know how much the women's players are going to be affected by this. And I wouldn't touch the RTTKs for this reason. I would just try to find the dips. Like Diani right now is pretty low. Well, I was about to say that this would be a good investment at 660K. That's what I was about to say. And just like that, she's 715,000 coins. So that's how quick it can happen now. And that's why I called that audible. That's why I said, all right, I'm not going to do the standard investment and hold for the end of the weekend. I'm going to try to flip these cards quickly because I think there's more coins overall with this active trading than there is with the long-term investing. But when it comes to actively trading like that, there are some risks. If you don't time it right, you can lose coins. So what are some safe investments that you can go with that aren't going to lose you coins? Well, fodder. Fodder is a great way to make coins in FC25, and it's probably starting to wake up soon. If you take a look over on futbin and you look at the cheapest players by rating, you can see all of the cheapest players for every single rating on the game. And if you look at 88 rated cards today, they're starting to go up in price. Now, I can guarantee you that nobody's going out and buying Irene Paredes for their squad right now. Maybe some people are, but not many. That's not the reason she's going up in price. Take a look at this. Got down to 13.8 thousand coins. Now back up to 15,000 coins. It's not a huge rise, maybe more of a recovery, but you can see that 88 rateds are in demand for certain SBCs. Erling Haaland is one of them. Of course, anybody who does Diogo Jota for some odd reason, maybe they're a diehard Liverpool fan, is going to need some of these cards. And they're very cheap early on in the game. So if you don't want to take any risks with some of the trades that we've been talking about, and you want to play it more safe, then this is the way to go. 87 rated cards could easily hit 16, 17,000 coins here in a week or two, depending on the SBCs that are dropped. But if you take a look at last year's cards, maybe if we go to 89 rated cards and you see the 21K for Ada Egerberg, but you look at the EAFC 24 Ada Hegerberg, who was also 89 rated, you'll see that at the beginning of the year, it took until about October 14th for us to see the first big rise in price. And for the first couple of weeks, you didn't see too much movement from them, all right? So it might take a little longer than you want. This investment method is perfectly safe. It's going to make you coins. It's guaranteed to happen. In fact, the coins that you make could actually be very, very good. This card, in just a week, went from 19,000 coins all the way to about 40,000 coins. You can double your coins using this investment method. And getting in early is not a bad thing, but getting in too early means that you're losing out on opportunity cost when you could be making coins, putting those coins somewhere else. So timing this right is really difficult. You don't know what SBCs are going to drop, but you do know that these cards are going to be needed eventually for very good SBCs, and people are going to be willing to spend that much on squad building challenges eventually, and these cards will fly up in price. And so if you want a cheap, or not a cheap necessarily, it can be cheap. You can go with 84s, you can go with 85s if you'd like, but a very safe investment method that is going to work out 100%. This is the way to go, but understand the patience needed for this, it's much higher. And I didn't even have the patience to hold on to all of my Luis Diaz for the weekend. I still have a few of them here, but I didn't even have the patience to hold on to all of my Luis Diaz because I wanted to actively trade. So you're not going to see me buying this fodder cards right now, but a safe investment and an effective investment, that is absolutely accurate. So that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. We've got a lot to talk about tomorrow after these squad battle rewards drop, and I'm probably going to try to grind to get to like gold 2, gold 1, maybe even higher than that. I'm not sure, but hopefully I'll have some decent rewards for the next episode as well. Make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out futpeppy's live trading service down below. It's €5 for the rest of the weekend. You guys can get in for 2 weeks